Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different for me. It's a different type of video. And it's basically going to be an update about where I've been for the past 2 months, because I know I've been off YouTube for a very long time. But I'm just basically going to explain to you what's been going on in my life. And I usually don't talk about, personal stuff, even in my real life. I keep a lot of stuff to myself. So this is kind of for me because I need to get some stuff off of my chest, just to say it out loud, because right now how I'm feeling is just something that I need to do. So I thought that I can make a video and let you guys know what's going on, but also kind of clear my mind and just get this off of my chest. So I'll basically just start, because I'm just gonna start from like the beginning of this year, because this is like when it started and it's just now getting worse and worse and worse. So I'll start by telling you guys what's been going on in the beginning of the year and then just work my way down. But first, I also want to say thank you to my new subscribers, because I've been coming on YouTube and checking my page and stuff like that, and I see that I picked up some new subscribers, as well as my old subscribers who have not unsubscribed, because I know you guys have probably been wondering, like, where's that girl been or whatever. I'm gonna tell you guys in this video. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, because you guys have made a huge difference in this whole process for me throughout this year. Even though I haven't been posting videos, and even though I don't have a ton of subscribers, you guys, just knowing that you guys are still there and haven't unsubscribed, or you still are subscribing even though you see I haven't posted a video in a couple of months, means a lot to me, because that's something that's going right in my life right now, even though other things aren't, and I have no control over other things. I don't have control over my YouTube, but still something is going right, and not everything in my life is a fail. So I really want to thank you guys and let you guys know that you do make a difference for me and personally at this time in my life. So I'll just start in the beginning. So I've been working. I'm going to tell you about my job, because that's one of the biggest reasons why I've been on and off YouTube this whole year. So I've been working at a job that I have for about 2 years, and I basically work privately for a woman, and I take care of her mom. Her mom has Alzheimer's, so I basically do everything for her mom, make sure she eats, make sure she's staying where she's supposed to, because her mom wanders around, and you have to make sure she stays in the house and that she's sleeping, and make sure she takes her medicine, make sure her blood pressure is down, make sure her sugar is down. All that stuff I do for her mom when she's at work, because she works really, really early in the morning, so she needs somebody to watch her mom at night so she can also sleep and work during that time. So I stay with her mom during that time, and then when she comes home, she takes over. So I've been working for her, and I found this job through a family member, because she asked that family member if I would work for her and watch her mom, which I already had a job before this, and the job that I had was great. I was getting paid a decent amount of money. I was getting my hours. Everything was going great with the job I had previously before this one. But I wanted to go back to school, so I was like, okay, with the job I have now, I really can't go back to school because of the hours and the time that I have to work. And she was like, I'm going to be working later in the day, so I was like, okay, I can go to school in the day and then go to work if I work for her. So I thought about it for about a month, and I ended up, saying, yes, I will work for her or whatever. And for the first year, everything went great. I was getting my hours. Nothing was like wishy-washy. Nothing was questionable or whatever. Everything was great for the first year. So then the second year rolls around about March. About the mid-March, stuff started changing. And in March, that was when I told myself I was really going to get serious about YouTube and really start making videos and actually make an effort for YouTube. So I was like, okay, March I'm going to start making videos, which I did start making videos and kind of picking up and being more consistent. And then she started doing like little stuff. Like she would tell me I didn't have to come in for a certain day that I was usually scheduled to come in, which was, stuff happens. So she was like, oh, I'm sick. I'm not going to go in that day, so you don't have to come into work. Okay, I don't have to come into work. And then she would tell me, like she would call me out of the blue and be like, can you take my mom to one of her doctor's appointments? Which I've done it before, but never on short notice. Like she would call me an hour before I'm supposed to take her mom to the doctor's appointment, ask me, can I take her? Which is, you know, kind of not what you do. You kind of give people an advance so they can be ready and, you know, be ready to do something like that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. It's not happening that many times. So I wasn't really thinking anything different. It was just like, something's, this is kind of new. So that started happening in March. So I was kind of like off balance a little bit in, from March, April. And then May comes around. So March, April, May, she was still doing the same thing. Every once in a while, she'll ask me to do odd things and stuff like that. Plus, on top of that, I was going to school. I had 6 classes. All of them were kind of the same thing. So I had to like really focus, and I was trying to get straight A's, which I ended up getting straight A's. And I was really happy about that. I was still making videos, not as much as I wanted to, but I was still making videos. May comes around, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with my classes. I can start my program, which I'm going for a 2-year program. So I'm like, okay, I can start my program. I'm done with all my classes. And that was not the case. I've been going to my counselor throughout that whole year, trying to make sure I had everything on track. I took all my classes. Everything was going to work out by the end of this school year. I was going to be able to apply for my program. Like I said, wasn't the case. I went to my counselor at the end of that semester, and she was like, oh no, you still have to take one more class. And I'm like, okay, well, you told me everything was fine and I would be done by the end of this year, school year. And I still had to take one class, which it ended up being like a lab and a class. So it's one class put together, but it was 2 classes that I actually had to sign up for. So I was really mad because the school that I go to, you can only apply for the program that I want one time a year. So I had to wait an entire year for one class to apply for this 2-year program. So that I would be missing one whole year that I could have been in that program already for one class. So I was furious, and I kind of not broke down, but like my mind was not on YouTube. My mind was not on anything else. It was just like devastated that I would have to wait an entire year just to move on with my life and get to where I'm going, because you want to start your life. You want to get done with school and just start your life. A year wasted. So I had to I tried to sign up for that class in the summer. Couldn't. Found out it was too late to sign up for that summer class. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it next semester, since I'm not doing anything for the whole year anyway. So I'll take it next semester. But before I did that, I checked out some schools. Was running back to schools that weren't even in my county. I was going like to another city, trying to see if I could take the classes there. I was willing to drive back and forth. Okay, maybe I can get done with this class early, and maybe I can get into another school that will let me apply for their program. Maybe I don't even need that class for another program. So I was going back to different schools, trying to figure out if I can get into a program and just start, which I couldn't, because they either wanted that class or they weren't taking some of my credits, or they, just different stuff. So I ended up having to stay at my same school and just take the class. So I missed the time for the summertime, so I had to take it this fall, which I'm in the class right now. Everything's going fine. Just a little stressed out with work, which work in the summer was the same. It got a little bit worse. She was becoming a lot more flighty, which she wasn't like that for the first year. She started becoming more flighty. She would say, oh, I'm going on vacation. And it would be a week vacation. And she would be like, I'm like, a week out of my paycheck? That's a chunk of change out of my paycheck that I kind of need to pay bills. And I'm the type of person that I pay my bills on time. I make sure I have the money in advance so I can make sure I pay my bills on time. I'm not somebody who just skips out on a bill. That's not me. So I was, kind of getting concerned and asking some questions like, okay, really? I'm going on vacation for a week. And then I would find out through the grapevine that she didn't even go on vacation. I don't know what she was doing for that whole week, but she didn't even go on vacation. So I'm, starting to get a little bit more stressed, a little bit more, agitated. So through the whole summer, I still made a couple of videos for YouTube, but not like I wanted to. I really, really want to make an effort on YouTube. But it's like every time I try to make a video, either she'll call with something and then I'll be like, you know, for that whole week, I'll just be like, what am I going to do now? I need the money. What am I going to do now? So, and then I'll be stressing like, is she going to call me tomorrow and tell me she doesn't need me tomorrow? Is she going to do this? So I've been going, you know, my emotions have been everywhere this whole like time. And it's just getting worse. So through the whole summer, I was going through like my school thing, trying to figure out what I'm doing with school, and her getting crazy. So August, like towards the fall, it got even worse. She would call, she didn't even tell me. The person that, the family friend that knew her told me that she was moving. She didn't tell me she was moving. She didn't mention anything about moving to me the whole time. Anytime. So I'm like, okay, well, is she going to tell me she's moving? Whatever. Finally told me about 3 weeks to a month later, oh, I'm moving. This is in August. So I'm like, okay, do you know where? Do you know when you're moving or whatever? She's like, no, I don't know. I don't have anything, you know, concrete. So I'm like, okay, but she had a realtor coming in, and showing the house and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, is she moving? I would check in to make sure, did you find anything? Are you moving? No, no, no. Okay, so I'm stressed out about that, trying to figure out when is she moving? Is she moving indefinitely? How far? Found out where she was moving, which is to another county. And then she wanted me to go with her, not to move with her, but to drive back and forth to work to take her mom and take care of her mom, watch her mom at night and all that. Which I'm like, okay, that's gas money, and gas is not cheap. And you know, stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't even know if I want to work for her anymore, which I didn't at that point, but I wasn't really like hard searching for another job. I was like putting applications here and there, but not really consistently, which I should have been at that point, because it got even worse this month. Like 2 weeks out of this month, I have not worked. It's just been crazy. So I'm like, money not there. Worried about how I'm gonna pay bills, and yeah, that's where I've been. And it's been a process, and I've been applying, and I have some prospects waiting. I'm just waiting for a phone call, and when I get that phone call, I'll be out, because I have no idea where her head is. I have no idea what she's thinking, and I'm not trying to know. I'm just trying to get out of the situation that I'm in now. So I've been really like on the move. I've been doing side jobs, trying to make extra money, and still going to school at the same time. So I've been really stressed and really worried about, you know, the situation that I'm in. And I just wanted to let you guys know what's been going on, because I know I've been like MIA off of YouTube, but it's really been a problem. Like, that's really been a problem. Plus, on top of that, I have a couple of family members that are really, really sick. My grandfather, like, he's really bad. He has really bad diabetes, and he's in kidney failure, and he has heart problems. So he has been, it's just been one thing after another with him. He's been in and out of the hospital. So I've been going to see him in between, like, going to work and her calling me out of the blue to go to work and not going to work and school. So I've been doing all of that this past 2 months. And I'm hanging in there, and I know things will get better, and I know it can't last. I'm just like frustrated and in disbelief, because I've never been in a situation like this, and I never want to be in another situation like this. So I'm trying to take my time and pick jobs that I know are going to be there and are not going to have the same problem. So I'm not trying to look for a job that's this same deal. So, you know, it's taken a little bit longer than I would expect to find another job, but I know why, because I'm trying to find a quality job. So, yes, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 months, and that's kind of what's been going on for this whole entire year. While it's kind of been like on and off with making videos. I'll make videos 1 month, and then the next month it won't be like but one video. So that's just a little bit to explain about what's been going on. But I just want to thank you guys for, you know, not unsubscribing and staying on my channel. And I promise you, I will try to push to do more videos, because like I said, this can't last forever. And I still have my faith, and I still, you know, everybody goes through something like this one time in their life, if not more. It's just a process that you have to go through to grow and grow as a person. And it's definitely taught me some things, and definitely showed me, you know, how to work a situation like this. So Like I said, hopefully I can get some more videos out for you guys. I have some ideas. I even made videos through this whole time, this 2 months, but my personality was totally different on those videos. Like it was totally forced. You could tell I was like forcing cheerfulness. So I didn't want to post them. I still have them to this day, but I don't think I'll ever post those videos because they were just horrible. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or any videos you want to see from me, just leave them down in the comments so I know you guys, you know, what videos you want to see from me. And I'll see you guys in my next video.